Tell Me More podcast is being recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures. Today I am joined by my beautiful friend Allira Potter, who is a proud Yorta-Yorta woman. I'm actually going to read you your wonderful bio. An intuitive, a creator, a writer, a speaker, a model, an empowerment and mindset coach, a manifesting queen, a baby witch, and an all-round spiritual sister. It's such a good intro. Is there anything you want to add?
No. There's probably more.
Oh, there's so much more to
I
you.
feel like you're the same. There were such like slashies. We have so many
Slashies.
we've like got so many little hats that we wear.
Yeah, I love it. We met online 2020. We did during the Black Lives Matter movement, we did a sort of an Instagram swap.
Yeah, that feels like a lifetime ago.
Well, it's coming up 4 years, so
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
quite a while.
Yeah.
But what was it called?
It was like was it Share the Mic?
Share the Mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Share the Mic. And we got partnered up where for a day you got to use my platform. And we didn't actually get to meet in person because of COVID for a while after that. But we clicked and I was like, oh, you're just awesome.
I know. It was weird.
Felt like big things were coming your way and they have.
That's crazy.
Your platform's just grown and grown since then.
I know. And I feel like I have you to thank in that sense. Like if we didn't do that little swap, it just, I don't know, I wouldn't sort of be doing the things that I'm doing because I was able just to like put my stuff out there on your platform and just gain a new audience. And I think that was like my first taster with social media as well too, because I had no idea what my account was sitting at like 3,000 followers. And now it's like, I don't know, like nearly 50K.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's crazy. So
I don't think it's because of me at all though. I think
I feel like you helped.
It would have happened
sense.
regardless.
A nice little foundation was laid because of you, which is really lovely.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I just think you're amazing and I love what you do. You have an amazing book, Wild and Witchy. Can you tell me about that?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So when I explain to people what Wild and Witchy is, I should have brought a copy. It's just like a Bible for people that are going through it, want to learn about spiritual stuff, want to just, I don't know, grow as an individual. It's just this book where you can come to a certain chapter wherever you are at life and just learn things. And then, the big component of everything that I teach is all the spirituality side of things, which is so fun.
It's so cool. Can you tell me how you got into that?
So I guess long story short, when I was really young, I guess as kids, we're all really gifted intuitively. It's when we hit that sort of teenage years, we sort of shut away from our intuition. But I remember growing up and just being really tuned in, like hearing things or things were just happening and then I just shut it away. Wasn't until after Mum passed away when I was 17 and she gifted me the deck of cards, which we'll use later. And I just remember thinking, why would she give me these freaking cards? Like, I don't need them. This is just going to serve no purpose. My mum was like an OG witch. So she was very spiritual and into all of those things. So her gifting me these cards was like her being like, oh, I'm planting the seed for her. Whenever she comes to them, she'll come to them. And it wasn't until after I got divorced, it's like a big journey, 27, I found the deck of cards in an old sort of box. And I was just thinking, why have I come across these now? This is so random. And this was when I was going through a really bad stage with drugs and alcohol. Found the cards. And I just remember this moment being like, this is what I'm going to have to lean into to get over this like substance abuse, get over this partying phase. So I cut out alcohol and drugs and I lent into the spirituality side of things. Started using the cards daily, putting them up on my story, all that sort of thing. And then I was like, oh, things are sort of happening. Like, why messages sort of dropping in? Or like I was really open. And then I started studying more about like my intuition, spirituality in general. And that's when I became a life coach and things just really started opening up. And I started playing with the cards on friends. And I just remember one friend being like, oh, you're really gifted. Like, how did you know that this message came through? Or how did you know that was going to happen? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it just happens. And then I met some people along the way who were in that space that mentored me, helped me with growing. And then I opened up my books to the public for intuitive readings, and then that's how it happened.
So cool.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Are you doing client readings at the moment?
I am, but I'm only doing them via email or via voice memo, which I personally think it's a lot more nicer to have like a little voice memo from someone that you can come back to and be like, oh, yeah, cool, that happened. Or, oh, how did she know that? Which is really cool.
Yeah. Well, I love that we're doing a reading now and we're
so
recording
excited.
it, so then I can refer back to it at any time.
And be like, oh, she was right.
We did do a live reading a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But even that, like, I don't really remember.
Not either. Oh my God, that was like ages ago. Yeah.
I wonder if you had kind of predicted. I think you said something about
I wish we could go back and find it. Probably.
like relationship things.
I
being
reckon
rocky.
I would have. Yeah.
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 So do you think that you mentioned briefly that you are also divorced?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you'd been leaning into your intuition and, you know, this spirituality that you've found since then, that things would have played out differently?
Oh, completely. I mean, I was married to a man and now I'm like engaged to a woman. I think back when I was in my marriage era, when I was
Marriage
straight,
era.
yeah, my straight and married era, I wasn't tuned into myself. I wasn't this like, I just wasn't myself. I think I was just playing into what society, you know, wanted me to be. And I wasn't tapping into that spirituality side. I wasn't listening to my intuition. Wasn't until towards the end of the divorce I started trusting myself, especially to make the decision to walk away from a relationship as well too. To be like, no, this isn't serving me. I need to like, unfortunately, leave this person to create space and step into doing all the things that I really want to do. So if I didn't divorce that person, we probably wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation.
Yeah.
Universe alignment.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
Same.
Okay, so manifesting. I think like the people that are into it are really into it and open to it. But then I feel like there's a lot of, I don't know, haters who hear it and they're like, I don't believe it. Can you talk me through it and why do you think that people should lean into it?
Oh, okay. I love manifesting. It works. So the way that I sort of dumb down manifestation, because it's so saturated on social media, is what you put out to the universe is what you're going to get back. So if you're putting out that good energy is going to come back. If you're putting out that bad energy, then you're just going to be stuck in this sort of cycle of just negative energy and things aren't going to shift for you. So essentially I sort of use my reference of the book deal. So with Wild and Witchy, I sort of put it out to the universe to be like, I really want to write a book. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to manifest it. So I wrote it on a piece of paper and I was like, I just want to create this beautiful book. I want it to be a Bible, you know, a book that I could have went down to the shops and got when I was going through all of these things. I knew in order to bring in this manifestation, I had to do a little bit of the work. The scariest part of manifestation is a lot of people think that it will happen overnight, that you'll get that $10,000 in your bank account, but you have to do a little bit of work to actually get to that thing. I had to quit my corporate job during the pandemic. I was like, that's the only way I'm going to be able to create space for this manifestation to come in. So I remember resigning from my 9-to-5 boring job. Then the next day, I had a publishing firm reach out to me and be like, hey, how do you feel about writing a book? And I was like, I can't make this shit up. This is insane.
It's awesome.
So essentially manifestation is you just putting something out to the universe, understanding your worth, knowing that you have to put in a little bit of work and know that it's going to come to you. And in my eyes, nothing is off limits.
Yeah. I love it. All right. So should we do this reading?
Yeah. Do you want to get the cards?
I'm nervous.
No, don't. I just want you to put like your energy and sort of, can you reach it?
I got it. So these are the ones from your mum?
Yeah, these are the cards from my mum.
How special. Healing with the Fairies, Oracle cards.
So pretty. So
Okay,
if you pull
what do
out
I
the
do?
cards,
Yeah.
just put them in your hand. And
My
then
clammy hands.
She's nervous. What you want to do is you want to sort of just do a little knock on the top of the card and then blow into the deck. It sounds weird, but because like I've touched the cards, Imogen's touched the cards, there's so much other energy in there. So just like knock like that.
Okay.
And then just into the cards. Yeah. And then just give them like a little shuffle.
Okay.
Just a little.
Exciting. Scary.
No, it's not scary.
Is it not?
I think it's fun. I
went to a clairvoyant years ago.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most unusual but amazing experiences of my life. I got to her house. It was 3 p.m. She was about 80 years old.
Yeah.
She was wearing a robe.
Love that.
And she was so small. I think she came up to my nipples. And she was like, sorry about the robe. I got wet earlier. I was like, oh, okay. She was completely blind, smoked the entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I walked in, and people don't believe this part of the story, but I can't make this up. I'm not that creative. She had a pet magpie called Maggie that was just walking around the house like a dog, and it talked. Like only when strangers would come over, and it said, what do you want?
No, that's spooky.
The whole time it kept walking in and just looking at me and just saying,
hi.
what do you want?
Oh my gosh.
A magpie. Yeah.
And that's another thing too. So like just to clarify, I'm an intuitive reader, and I get downloads of messages.
Yeah.
So there is different types of mediums out in this world. Clairvoyant is one where they can sort of touch over to the other side and connect with spirits and things like that. I can do that, but mine is sort of like, I can't pronounce, it's like not a clairvoyant, but it's like a clair. Imogen, do you remember what it's called? Like a clairescent. Yeah, and it's sort of, I'm able to claircognizant. Is that right?
Claircognizant.
Cognizant. Okay, I can't say it. Anyway, but it's when I'm in a reading and I will smell certain things will drop into my head, and I'm like, why is that message coming in? Or is that for Liv? Is that I need to pass this on sort of thing? It's like I'm in your brain. It's bizarre. So there's different types of mediums. So definitely if you are going to book in with someone, do your research on what their background is to understand what you're sort of walking into as well.
Yeah.
Because I think some people sort of book in with me and they're like, oh my God, you're like a full-blown clairvoyant. And I'm like, I am to that sense, but I'm not able to really like, sometimes I can. Dead people come to me, but I'm not fully into that space.
Yeah.
Probably like that old lady that you saw. She would be really, really psychic, really clairvoyant-y, really witchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very witchy.
Very witchy.
Okay. What now?
Okay. I just want you to even like just put them on the table, spread them out, and then just choose.
Like the whole deck? Am I spreading out?
Yeah.
Right, let's move this stuff out of the way.
It's fun doing this with friends. It's so much fun.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah. Spread them out.
Spread them.
So we can do it a couple of different ways. So if I'm doing a reading for a client, I'll shuffle the cards myself and the cards will just fling out. But I want you to sort of have all the power and the energy in this reading as well too.
Should I do like a double line so I can spread it
No,
more?
it's up to
that's
you.
Fine.
And then I just want you, because this is how I pull my cards in the morning, I want you to just sort of like put your hand over the cards and just choose maybe like 4 to 5 cards.
Okay.
Whatever you're like energetically feeling, whatever you're drawn to.
Do you say 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
All right.
And it was really funny. Like I knew that I was coming in today and I was already like sort of feeling it yesterday. I'm like, Liv's really stepping into this new chapter, this new phase, this new energy. I can already feel it. When I saw you last week as well too, Imogen and I both walked away and were like, fuck, there's something about Liv. She's just radiating something different.
That's so nice.
So I can definitely feel like things are happening. As I'm saying that, it's so weird, but the numbers 555 keep coming on up. And I'm like, yeah, new beginnings, it's happening. Like you need to surrender and just allow yourself to come forth. Like stop being resistive to what's happening. Let go. Like, I don't know if that's making sense to you, but it's just like this guard is in front of you. Just let your guard down and just go for it. Also, things are going to drop in terms of work, like opportunities and stuff. Without jumping into it straight away, listen to your intuition.
Okay.
I don't know why. Sometimes I think it's like you just need to take a step back and be like, is this aligned with me? Is this aligned with my values? And what purpose is this serving other people?
Yeah.
Just think about that with like opportunities. Yeah, bizarre.
That's a good, okay, because you said 555, I have to go 5 instead of 4. So there's 5 here. Are we turning them over?
Yeah, turn them over.
All at once?
You could do one by one or all at once,
Let's
whatever
do
you feel
one at
good.
a time. Okay. First one. Make music. Can you see this one? That one.
Okay.
She's pretty.
Yeah, she's so pretty. So this one's really nice, and I feel like this is probably gonna make a lot of sense to you because it's making a lot of sense to me. You need to stop, pause, and reflect. Everything just feels like it's been sort of just churning and going at the moment. That you haven't stopped, you haven't paused, and you just haven't been present to be like, I need to tune into everything that's happening around me at the moment, being more self-aware. With this card, the Make Music is saying meditate, slow down, like become more present. And you need to go and ground yourself. I'm laughing because I'm like, this bitch has not grounded herself in ages. Go and like put your feet in the earth and actually just stop. So next time you're on your run, just like at the end of that run, just take a moment to just like, just breathe and just be present. Is that making sense so far? Like you haven't sort of just stopped. So just like take a moment, ground yourself, be present. So it's nice that card's come
like
through.
that.
Make music.
Yeah.
When's the last time you properly meditated? And I'm talking meditated.
Well, it's funny you say that. Yeah. One of my goals for the year was to get into meditation, downloaded an app. I started the first, I think, 5 days of Jan. I was like, yeah, amazing. I'm doing it every day, 5 days. And then, I haven't really done it.
Yeah. Go back and do it. And also like switch the mindset with meditation. I think a lot of people think that meditation has to go for like 10, 20 minutes. It can go for 1 minute. It can go for 5 minutes. It's just a matter of you coming back to the breath and just like tuning into everything.
When do you do it?
When do I do it? Well, it's been a bit hard, like in all honesty, because Imi's been here. We've just been so go the last 3 weeks that I haven't had a hot minute to be like, breathe. We went for like a sunset ocean swim last night. So last night was the first time that we meditated in the sense of we were out in nature. We didn't have our phones. We were just like tuning into everything and we're just being present. So that's like probably the last time I've really just been like, oh, okay, this is a form of meditation. I'm actually just relaxing.
See, I like that, like incorporating it into your daily life rather than doing this separate kind of, I feel like there's this like intimidation that comes with the thought of meditation that's like you have to be sitting like you are and like.
Yeah. You know? And I say to clients, I'm like, no, think of meditation just as a moment for you to just stop.
Yeah.
Like even at your desk job, just sit and just like, oh, I just need a minute to breathe.
Yeah.
And you'll feel just so much more zen and grounded.
I love that. Okay, next one.
This is so exciting.
This is exciting. Quiet time. Oh. Also fitting.
Oh my gosh, need we say more? I was saying that before, like, yeah. So again, it's just that downtime. You need like a few days, and I can feel it too, where you're literally just by yourself, where you can just come back to yourself. And when I'm saying that, I'm like coming back to home as in you. So making sure that you're setting aside like once a week, like a live day, where it's just you and you're just getting grounded and you're just tuning into yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like no technology's a part of that.
That sounds really nice and I really should do that.
You really should.
Quiet time doesn't really exist. I feel like I struggle with quiet time. Like I'll have alone time, but I always have to have like a podcast or music or something.
I think because people feel really uncomfortable with sitting with their thoughts as well too. So don't be afraid.
Okay.
Before we turned over the cards, I was like, she needs downtime. She needs like rest. So make sure that you are doing that, because if your cup isn't completely full, you're not going to be able to serve everybody around you.
Yeah. Okay, this is good. Next one. Magic of nature. It's all the same stuff, isn't it?
It's literally all the same stuff.
Oh, gosh.
And I feel like that's what your guides want you to know is just, when is the last time that you went out in nature and it wasn't to do with like work?
Well, I run outside a lot.
But like nothing and nobody.
When I was a child.
Yeah. So, and that's so interesting. So it's like feed that inner child. If you're needing that like downtime, then go and do it.
Yeah.
Go and make sure that you're like stopping, pausing, reflecting. That magic of nature. It's sort of like spirit just saying, we're trying to tell you. We're trying to like give you this sort of energy and this message to slow down. Otherwise, burnout will happen. As soon as I say burnout, it was so random. The month September just kept popping up. So I'm just like, you need to slow down. We'll come back to that.
As in this September or last
this
September?
I'm like, okay, slow down. Were you really burnt out last September?
Last September was an interesting time.
Okay.
Yeah, the beginning of it.
Yeah, okay.
It got better, but the beginning of it, I was having a meltdown.
Yeah. So maybe that was that prompt to be like, okay, if you don't slow down now, then we're going to have another like hectic sort of months ahead.
Okay.
You need to really serve yourself. And it's almost like without sort of coming from the ego, you kind of have to be a little bit selfish and just say no to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on that.
Yeah, it's hard. Boundaries are really hard.
They are hard. But yeah, it's my birthday this weekend and I'm having a very low-key. Paul was trying to push me to do like party vibes, something, you know, fun and chaotic. And I pushed back against that. I'm doing something very chill.
And that's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's you listening to your intuition and setting a boundary.
Because like my life is events and chaos.
Yeah.
And talking nonstop.
And social. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm excited.
This is good. Raising your standards.
Exactly. We were just saying that. Oh my God.
The boys are laughing.
Like, yeah. Is this about something else?
You tell me.
Well, I just think like what we were saying, raise those standards, setting the boundaries and just saying no to things.
So I like when I look at that, I'm thinking that it's like relationship related, but it's all
100%.
all things.
All things. As soon as you said relationship, I was like, no, this is more friendships as well too. And I'm just like, keep the circle tighter. And also I just feel like, I don't know who it is, that it just feels like maybe there's a couple of people around you that aren't having your best interests at heart. So just make sure that you're being conscious of who and what you're telling things to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like just really, I don't know, protect yourself.
Okay.
But friendships, just be cautious this year. Especially new people coming in, what are their intentions?
Yeah. I mean, you would know. I do find that can be tricky to navigate, knowing when people are being genuine and they like genuinely like me for me, or if they like the idea of me.
The social media aspect of things. And
yeah. Which I actually think is very different. Like, I don't think that it's the same person.
No, I'm the exact same.
Yeah.
Exact same. That is interesting, raising your standards. And I think, I think you know what that card means as well too.
Okay, last one. What's happened to this card?
Cosmo, I think he's eaten that, yeah.
Must be a tasty card. New opportunity.
What is this one? Cool. So again, what we're saying, new opportunities are going to 100% come in, but I really want you to just stop, pause and reflect before you say yes to any of it, no matter how much money is sort of sitting with that thing. Just be like, is this aligned with me? Come back to your values, those core values, to understand and just make a decision. I think you're going to say no to a lot more things this year just to make space for other things as well too. I just think like family's important, friends are important, relationships are important. Sort of put work to the side for a little bit, because I think this year is a real big focus on you and you haven't done that. And as I say that, I'm like, she hasn't done this for like 3 years for some reason. It's like you haven't put yourself first. So make sure you're putting yourself first this year.
Okay.
Say no. If anything, like I literally wrote a quote in my book, if anything is a half-assed yes, it's an automatic no.
That's very similar to what
Literally.
I said. Mine was, if it's not a fuck yes, then it's a no.
Yeah, it's like, no, we just have to, we can't commit to things. We can't be pleasing everybody around us.
Yeah.
But that's cool, new opportunities.
Yeah,
Travel
I like
this
these.
year, that feels big as well too.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like I overdid that last year potentially a little bit. But.
Yeah. So then that's where you can say, no, yes. What do I actually want to do? What's filling my cup?
This is a good little combination.
It's such a good little combo.
Are there any negative cards in there?
I wouldn't say that there's negative. I feel like if clients have had readings with me, I never come from a place of negativity.
Yeah.
If there is a negative card that comes out, I sort of will just come from the approach of just a softer approach and be like, hey, this isn't actually serving you right now. Like, why are you giving all this energy to this person in this relationship when you already know that it's not working? Like, just stop. I think the main negative thing that I have with clients, it's a lot of women it's just this whole thing around self-love and their worthiness. And it's sort of me just being a little bit, not negative, just saying, hey, stop being like so hard on yourself. Like, why are you being so mean to yourself?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's never anything negative.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're very good with affirmations. I would love if you can give the listeners some tips on, you know, building their confidence and self-love and working on affirmations.
Oh, affirmations are so easy. I think we just complicate them so much because we don't know how to use them. When I started affirmations, my daily one that I still do, if I'm like doing my makeup or doing my hair, I'm always just saying, I'm beautiful, I'm powerful, I'm worthy. And the more that you affirm that to yourself, the more that you're actually going to believe it.
Yeah.
So affirmations are just sort of you just talking to yourself, being kinder to yourself. The way that we sort of speak to our friends, we're always hyping our friends up. It's like, why aren't we doing that to ourselves?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think people realize just how much damage it does when you are looking in the mirror and saying something negative or thinking something negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be kind to yourself.
Is there anything else that we do?
That's it.
That's it? I loved that.
That's a really good reading.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So positive. Thank you.
So positive. I can't feel like there is anything negative happening though. I just think the only sort of like, I guess in that sense, negative is like you really need to slow down and you really need to just focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone can do a bit of that though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But it's funny. It felt very aligned with things that are happening. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you.
Off the back of that, I would love to do oranges and lemons with you.
Yeah.
And I'll get you to start. I like to start with the lemon so then you can, you know, finish with the more positive thing.
The lemon.
Lemon.
I'm so tense about it already. I'm going through a friendship breakup. It sucks. It really sucks. But I don't know. That's just what we do as adults.
Yeah, you got to
just paths
get rid
unaligned.
of the old to make new.
Exactly.
Space.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no bad blood. It's just like nothing's aligning and that's cool. Okay. So that's my lemon. But yeah.
Oh, and what is your orange?
Can I just say the orange is the engagement? It just keeps like
going
and going.
Allira got engaged Sunday a week ago.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And this bubble is just like, we're just in this little love bubble that I'd never want to pop.
Then don't.
It's so great. So that's
Keep
like
that
my
bubble.
orange.
That's so nice. It's such a good bubble.
So good.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You deserve it. And Imogen's a queen. She's here supporting you, which we love. My lemon, I actually don't have a lemon.
That's good.
Like you said, there's nothing negative. I feel that I feel good. I've had some family time. My mum was here and then my sister was here. And yeah, it was just a really nice weekend. So I'm feeling good.
Nice.
And then my orange is that reading. That was so good.
Yay.
You've made my day.
I'm glad. Anytime.
Thank you. How can people, you know, you said you do
Yeah.
the voice notes or you do emails.
Yeah.
How can people find you to do that?
Just on Instagram, like all my links are there. So if you follow me on Insta, then yeah, you'll be able to book in and yeah, it's pretty hard to get a spot, but I'll make some space.
And what's your handle? We'll put it in the show notes, but
Just at allira.potter.
gorgeous.
Yay.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks for listening to Tell Me More. This show wouldn't be possible without you. If you'd like to show your support, please subscribe or follow the podcast on your favourite platforms. And don't forget, you can watch full episodes on YouTube and Spotify.